The winter of 1944 was one of the most brutal on record. In the forests of the Ardennes, soldiers faced a merciless enemy, the cold itself. Temperatures plunged, freezing weapons and claiming more lives than bullets in some sectors. Survival depended on ancient wisdom, building shelters that turned the simplest materials into powerful defences. These dugouts, carved from frozen earth, were masterpieces of thermal engineering. We'll explore how these soldiers, with little more than their hands and wits, created warmth where there was none. Their ingenuity offers lessons for us today, especially when modern homes can become cold traps during power failures. Unlike our energy-hungry houses, their shelters worked with nature, not against it. We'll uncover why a hole in the ground can be warmer than a modern house, and how simple strategies made the difference between life and death. These are timeless lessons in resilience, reminders of our vulnerability and our capacity to adapt. The soldiers of World War II knew that the earth itself was their greatest ally against the cold. Just a few feet below the surface, the ground holds a steady temperature, far warmer than the frigid air above. By digging into the earth, they escaped the wind and tapped into this natural insulation. Dugouts with thick earthen walls and roofs used the planet's thermal mass to absorb and radiate heat. Even a small fire or body heat could be captured and held by the surrounding soil. These shelters muffled explosions and insulated against the lethal chill. Modern architecture is rediscovering this wisdom with earth-sheltered homes, but these soldiers were the original masters of survival. Their lesson: the most effective shelter works in harmony with its environment. The ground became their shield and their blanket, a steadfast ally against winter's worst. This principle is as relevant now as it was then. Sometimes the best technology is right beneath our feet. Long before solar panels, soldiers harnessed the sun's warmth with passive solar design. They oriented dugout entrances to face south, letting the low winter sun heat the interior and the earthen walls. The sun's rays were stored in the dense earth, slowly released as warmth through the night. Even daily routines like mending clothes were done near the entrance to maximize light and heat. This wasn't just comfort, it was survival. Today, many homes ignore the sun's path, losing free heat in winter. The soldiers' simple strategy, working with natural patterns, reminds us that elegant solutions are often the simplest. By observing and using the sun, we can design more resilient, efficient homes. Sometimes survival is about seeing the sun not just as light, but as a lifeline. Wind is the cold's most ruthless accomplice, stripping away warmth with terrifying efficiency. Soldiers knew that defeating the wind was as crucial as creating heat. Their first defence? The windbreak, natural thickets, snow walls or stacked logs. These barriers disrupted airflow, creating pockets of still air that preserved precious warmth. In forests, pine boughs formed thick, effective walls. In open terrain, packed snow became solid insulation. Even a simple wall could mean the difference between survival and frostbite. Today, we overlook wind's impact on our homes, Drafts and leaks drive up energy bills. Planting trees or building fences can shield homes, just as soldiers shielded themselves. The lesson: proactive defense against the elements starts with the simplest structures. Sometimes a wall is all it takes to turn the tide against the cold. Every time a door opened, precious warmth escaped, a disaster in a tiny dugout. Soldiers improvised airlocks. 2 blankets hung at the entrance, creating a buffer zone. This simple system trapped cold air, protecting the main living space. Many dugouts had angled or stepped entryways, using gravity to keep cold air from flowing inside. The result? A stable, warmer environment with minimal resources. Modern homes often lack this feature, letting drafts steal heat with every open door. The dugout's double blanket and clever entry design teach us to manage airflow and protect warmth. Even today, mudrooms and vestibules echo this principle. Sometimes survival is about controlling the flow. 1 blanket, 1 barrier at a time. Small changes can make a world of difference. Soldiers used whatever materials they could find, wood, earth, snow, to build shelters that defied the cold. Logs formed sturdy frames, but it was the earth and snow piled on top that provided real insulation. A thick layer of earth added thermal mass. Snow, with its trapped air, acted as a natural duvet. Pine boughs insulated the floor, keeping bodies off the frozen ground. Blankets, canvas, and even parachutes lined the walls, adding insulation and blocking moisture. These resourceful choices stand in contrast to our reliance on manufactured materials. The less than effective insulation is often all around us, waiting to be used. Wood, earth and snow, when combined, can outperform many modern products. The soldier shelters remind us that the best solutions are simple, accessible, and in tune with nature. Sometimes survival is about making the most of what's at hand. Ingenuity, not technology, kept them alive. In wartime winter, fuel was as precious as ammunition. Every calorie had to count. Soldiers made their living spaces as small as possible, huddling together to share body heat. Tiny stoves, often made from food tins, burned twigs with maximum efficiency. Stovepipes ran through dugouts, radiating every bit of heat before smoke escaped. Cooking and heating were combined. Hot food and drinks warmed bodies and spirits. The focus was on warming people, not empty space. This mindset of efficiency is a lesson for today. Zone your heating. Use hot water bottles. Wear warm clothes. Modern systems waste energy heating unused rooms. The soldier's approach: generate, direct, and conserve heat with care. Survival depended on it then, and our resilience may depend on it now. Sometimes the smallest fire is the most powerful. The survival secrets of 1944 offer a blueprint for resilient, sustainable homes today. A soldier would see our single-paned windows as weak points. Insulated curtains or blinds are the modern answer. Drafts under doors? Simple excluders seal the breach, echoing the dugout's airlock. Vast open spaces and high ceilings waste heat. Zoning and portable heaters focus warmth where it's needed. Bare walls and roofs lose heat. Proper insulation is the modern equivalent of earth and snow on a dugout. These small changes add up, making homes more comfortable and efficient. The lesson: reinforce weak points, direct resources wisely, and insulate thoroughly. Survival isn't about living in a bunker. It's about smart, simple adaptations. The wisdom of the past can make our homes future-proof. Sometimes resilience is built one small improvement at a time. In a world of technological comfort and growing uncertainty, these survival secrets are more relevant than ever. Knowing how to stay warm without constant energy is true independence. Using earth for insulation, harnessing the sun, blocking wind and conserving fuel, these are the foundations of resilience. They empower us to withstand disruptions and adapt to change. The lessons from the dugout are about harmony with nature, not just survival. A well-oriented, insulated home costs less, uses less energy, and keeps us safer. Let's share and apply this wisdom, honouring those who endured and building a more resilient future. Look at your home. Which strategies can you use? Share these ideas with others. In learning to survive the cold, we learn how to live wisely on this remarkable planet.